Guy is back, two-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, 14 season, NFL veteran, actor, producer, musician, pickleball loser, along with me. Hey, by the way, Vernon Davis, author? Author?
Sorry. Hey, the music you had on was just like going crazy. You had me going like, woo.
Tell me about the book. Tell me about you being an author.
Yeah, the book is coming out in around the fall sometime, and it's going to be a great book. I can't wait for everyone to read it. I put my heart and soul into this book. I mean, it's called Playing Ball, and it's my life from the beginning all the way up until now, through the Super Bowl and just everything that I had to go through, my experiences, and just it's going to be very motivational and inspiring to so many, especially those who actually buy the book and read it.
So it's a memoir. It's called Playing Ball, and everybody can. It's a good Valentine's Day gift, by the way. You can pre-order Playing Ball on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, you name it. And mark your calendars, guys. It's August 20th. You can pick up a copy at stores near you, which I think is amazing that you're just adding that to your resume. And maybe had I read this inspiring memoir before we played pickleball with Smirnoff, I would have done better. What happened? What happened with you and me out there?
Kay, I have no idea. I don't think we were prepared for that game. I mean, we went out there and we struggled. We struggled, man.
What, did we need a coach? What happened? It was you and me up against Saweetie and Lance Bass. What was, from your vantage point, what was your experience? You can absolutely take me to town here.
No, Saweetie and Lance Bass, they were really good. They were well prepared. They looked like they'd been practicing for 3 to 4 months. They wanted to win. They really wanted to win that game, that match. But, I think we went out, we had fun. We did a great job. You turned it on at the end. Okay, you really started hitting those balls, and you were just like slamming them. I was like, whoa. I
think I did the best I could do. You, my friend, I don't think unleashed. That's the truth. I think, is it true? You were, but it's got to be hard because you could just impose yourself and just crush everyone. But you didn't do that. You sort of like, you were pretty chill.
I was pretty chilled. I wanted you to have your time, and I wanted you to really make sure that you can get some hits in there.
I feel like,
but it was fun. I really
Saweetie was using some like warfare. She was doing a lot of like smiling and crying. I was like, no, this is a game. This is like mental warfare and physical warfare. It was so fun. Smirnoff put together just such a party celebrating the launch of Smash Duo vodka seltzers, ready to drink, incredible flavor profiles. We represented raspberry and peach. We got the crowd going though, didn't we?
We did. We really got them going. I mean, I think it was really. That's going to be a time to remember for me. I'm not a big pickleball guy, but, going out there and having fun with you and the rest of the group, it was really amazing for me. So I'm definitely going to take that with me. And
then the next day, your Niners go out there and could not get it done. I mean, let's talk about it. You're with this team for what, 10? You're with this team for 10 seasons. You speak so highly of the organization. You still cheer for them. What did you make of that loss?
I felt like they came out and they really played strong. Purdy came out and he did what he had to do, like what he was doing all year long. And he made great, he connected with the players and did his progression in the passing game was really, I thought he did a wonderful job. Of course, a lot of critics want to put him down and say he didn't do what he was supposed to do. But I thought he went out there and he led the team exactly how he needed to. And they played a good game. I can't fault them. And I remember when I was playing in Super Bowl 47, how we came out, we played strong, and we came back in the end after the lights. They had the whole situation where the lights went out and came back on. But we did what we had to do. But the one thing I got to say about that game that we played is that we had to leave it behind. We had to leave it behind, even though we lost. It just wasn't our time, and it wasn't their time. This go around. So
Vernon, how did you do
come back
that?
Next year. How
did you do that? I mean, I remember it was a close game, 34-31. It didn't happen. It wasn't your time. How did you get over it? Like, what would you tell some of these Niners players, the Trent Williams, the Christian McCaffreys?
I'd say just enjoy the experience. I mean, football is not going to be around that long. I mean, it's just a chapter in our life. So for you to have the opportunity to be able to make it that far is pivotal. I mean, it's just, you have to hold on to that experience. It's the journey. It's the joy. It's the guys that you bond with in the locker room. Just think about that season. This was a special season for Trent Williams and Debo Samuels. So they have to really make sure they hold on to this experience, even if they never make it back there again. They're still champions.
That's good perspective. You, of course, made it back again. But that team that lost that year, that was coached by Jim Harbaugh. That was your coach. He's got the keys as head coach for the Chargers this season. What are your thoughts there? And do you have when I say the name Jim Harbaugh, what comes to mind?
Jim Harbaugh, he can turn any program around, any organization. He can go in and he can fix it. He's like the doctor. I remember when he came in that year when Mike Singletary stepped down, he was talking, his charisma, his energy. He brings so much to the team. And I can't forget to mention when he came out and he was in full uniform from head to toe. And he started throwing the ball, and we were looking like, who's that guy?
Wow.
Couldn't recognize him. It was Jim Harbaugh. He's great. He's a wonderful coach, one of the best coaches I've ever had. And I know what he's going to do for that team. He's definitely going to turn it around and fix the issues that they're having.
You win a Super Bowl. Shout out to that 2015 Broncos team. The Chiefs parade happening right now in Kansas City as we speak, Vernon. You know, you wake up, you probably didn't sleep, so I don't even think you woke up. But what was that celebration like, and what's your best moment from that parade?
The celebration was overwhelming for me. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. It was my first time winning the Super Bowl, but it happened to be in Denver. I mean, those fans were all about it. I mean, they were excited. They were full of joy. And just seeing the smiles and the excitement on my teammates' face, it was definitely the day. I mean, it was something that I never experienced. So it was just it was just so much. It was just so much at one time and so many people. But I remember when we got to the end and we all stood up there and, you know, Peyton Manning, if I remember correctly, Peyton had a chance to speak. DeMarcus Ware spoke. And it was just, it was a great moment for us.
Yeah, part of the journey, like you're saying. In this loss with the Niners, maybe they'll experience it. The window's still there. They're not paying Brock Purdy a ton. They can bring back mostly everybody. Let's talk about the other 85, George Kittle. You two are close, and it was broken. Records of yours. I've seen you chop it up and dap him up before games even. Was this the performance you were expecting out of him? Like, why, in your opinion, do you think the offense couldn't get him as involved?
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, I feel like Kansas City was really prepared for George Kittle. George Kittle is one of the biggest weapons in San Francisco 49ers offense. And if I'm the defense, I'm going to really make sure I count for him. You know, because the tight end in the Super Bowl, tight ends can really take over the game if you let them. And I know George Kittle was well prepared to do just that. But, you know, they had his number. You know, he couldn't do much. And every time Brock looked up, George Kittle was he was covered. And there's nothing you can do about that. The other guys have to be open when that happens. You know, if your biggest weapon is not open, then, you know, you have to rely on your receivers to make sure that they can get open and help execute.
I know, and like Christian McCaffrey was their leading receiver. We just looked at the numbers from the rest of them, not Debo. I mean, Debo was dealing with an injury, crazy. And then Ayuk, I feel like they, against man coverage, just could not get it done. Like they just got the whole time. You're saying that tight ends can change the game. We saw it on the other side. Travis Kelce, he led everybody. Catches, yards. There was a little drama on the sideline even. Third title in 5 years. This is obviously a Chiefs dynasty now. But when you look at Travis, in terms of, you know, greatness among tight ends, how does he stand out or separate himself?
Well, Travis Kelce does it all. I mean, he's very reliable in the passing game. And if you go back and watch that game, he did a great job as far as getting north and south, what the coaches would always say. Catch the ball, turn upfield, and get as many yards as you possibly can. And he did just that, put his feet on the ground and made some plays. He's that tight end that every team wants. You know, he has the size, he has the speed, he has the ability to be able to get open in space and create that separation that you want in a wide receiver. So he's just a big wide receiver pretty much, and no one can really match up with him. And if you let him get open, then, I mean, his hands is just as good as any receiver in entire league, so he's going to catch the ball.
It's well said. You are a Super Bowl champion. We are not pickleball champ. Listen, Gronk missed the kick too. So like there's some tight ends around here that need to like reclaim some glory at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. I hope to see you there. I hope to talk to you, of course, before then. You always have a million things going on. But like I said, everybody, the book, the memoir, Playing Ball, pre-order it on Amazon. Go to Barnes & Noble, pick it up at Target, you name it. It'll be available everywhere. August 20th, pick up a copy at stores near you, and I'm sure Vernon will talk to you before then.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Ken.
Thanks for not hating me, because I just was not a good partner in pickleball. You're the best at it.